Standing awkwardly by the table, I held my daughter Lily's hand tightly. Uncle Robert's family and mother surrounded us, their mocking remarks hard to ignore, all urging me to eat in the kitchen.
Jessica, as a daughter-in-law, you should eat in the kitchen. No matter how educated you are, it doesn't change that.
City girls are so delicate. Everyone goes through this, why can't she?
Marrying into our family is her good fortune. Michael is a graduate student. He will make a lot of money in the future.
Michael was the first graduate student in the family, and Mother was so proud she could hardly contain herself, using it as leverage to control me.
Hurry up, you're not even as good as the daughter-in-law next door, Sophia, who just had a big healthy son this year. We should have listened to me and had Michael marry her.
Mom, I want to eat shrimp.
Little girl, what shrimp? Those are for my grandson. Bread is good enough for you.
I could tolerate their words towards me, but Lily was my precious daughter. I looked at Michael, still holding on to a sliver of hope.
Jessica, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Just listen to our mom. Everyone's here, don't make it difficult for her.
I took a deep breath, mustering all my strength, and flipped the table over. Plates and bowls clattered to the floor, scattering chicken, duck, fish, and shrimp everywhere.
Difficult? No one is eating now.
Michael, I told you this woman was no good. Marrying her was a misfortune for our family. Our reunion dinner is ruined.
Jessica, you're too much. Don't you have any manners? Is this how your family raised you? Our family can't afford a daughter-in-law like you, with no respect or manners.
I looked around the room.
You have the nerve to criticize me. I bought the food, carried the shrimp and abalone all the way from Shandong, and cooked this entire meal by myself. So what if I flipped it? If I can't eat what I made, no one can.
Jessica, I hurt my back and couldn't get out of bed. I asked you to do a little work, and you act like it's a big deal. I helped too.
You helped? I cooked for 6 hours, and you walked around 3 times, drank a bottle of juice, 3 cans of milk, and ate 6 ribs. Did I miss anything? Hurt your back? Wasn't it you who spent the whole day at the mahjong parlor the day before yesterday, danced at the square yesterday, and gossiped all day today?
I turned to Father and sneered.
My family taught me that men and women are equal. If my daughter wants to eat shrimp every day, so be it. Your outdated, patriarchal views have no place here. And Uncle Robert, your family has rules? Your grandson gets a whole plate of shrimp to himself? That's a first. Aren't you worried he'll overeat and it will stunt his growth, making it hard for him to find a partner in the future?
The family was red-faced and speechless. Mother lunged at me, trying to pull my hair. Fight me? My taekwondo training wasn't for nothing. I dodged with Lily, pushed back, and Mother fell to the ground again.
Jessica, how can you lay a hand on my mom? Apologize now.
You're dreaming. Michael, let me tell you, Jessica is not someone to be bullied.
As Michael and I argued, Mother rushed over and slapped me.
You little brat, I'll teach you a lesson.
I broke free from Michael's grip.
You and your mom can live happily ever after.
The atmosphere was tense as Michael and Jessica argued.
You're dreaming. Michael, let me tell you, Jessica is not someone to be bullied.
As the heated exchange continued, Mother rushed over and slapped Jessica.
You little brat, I'll teach you a lesson.
Jessica broke free from Michael's grip.
You and your mom can live happily ever after.
Lily and I took a midnight flight back to Shandong. Just as we finished unpacking, my parents called.
Jessica, what happened? Michael said you wrecked their house, took Lily, and left, and now you want a divorce. What did I tell you before?
Jessica, don't blame your dad. He just wants your family to be stable, which is good for the child's growth.
If you still feel wronged, wait for Michael to come back. Mom will talk to him, and you should apologize to his parents. Couples fight, but you can't get divorced.
Lily raised my hand to the camera.
Grandparents, look at Mommy's hand. It's all red from the cold.
She continued, tears welling up in her eyes.
Mommy was at Grandma's house, and Grandma made Mommy wash the bed sheets, curtains, and clothes, saying the washing machine was broken and wouldn't let Mommy use hot water. They wouldn't let Lily eat shrimp and made us go to the kitchen to eat buns. Grandparents, Lily is so hungry.
Lily has always been the apple of my parents' eye, even more cherished than me. Hearing this, my parents' faces turned angry, but they sighed in resignation.
Jessica, wait for Michael to come back and talk to him. For Lily's sake, try not to get divorced.
Daughter, you've been through a lot.
I know my parents want Lily to have a happy childhood and a complete family.
Parents, you know my temper. I won't wrong myself, and I won't let myself be wronged. If Michael continues like this, I can live with Lily on my own.
Jessica has grown up. She's not the same as before.
My parents had given their silent approval. The next day, I took Lily to Hainan for a vacation. The issues between adults shouldn't affect the child. After that heated encounter, Michael didn't call again, and Lily and I enjoyed a lovely 5-day vacation. Returning from Hainan, we headed straight home after landing. But as soon as I opened the door, I was stunned. The whole family was sitting on the couch, picking their feet. The entrance was piled with shoes, the house reeked, and the table was stacked with takeout containers, some of which had gone bad, with maggots wriggling inside.
Well, Jessica is back. Clean up the house and go buy some groceries. Get 3 more pounds of those shrimp from last time.
As a daughter-in-law, you should act like one. Marrying Michael is your good fortune, so start cleaning up.
I took out my phone and called Michael.
Jessica, parents want to help take care of us and can also help with Lily. Isn't that great?
They plan to stay long-term. They've already entrusted their land and house to Aunt Mary and her family.
We can manage. Lily is still young and can sleep in our room. Parents will take the guest room, and Uncle Robert, Aunt Susan, and their grandson Tommy will sleep in Lily's room.
I felt my blood pressure rising.
Jessica, I heard the school district here is good. You should transfer the house to my son so Tommy can go to school and have a better future.
Tommy's education is important. The little girl can go to any school.
Lily ran into the room, then burst into tears.
Mommy, my bunny and teddy bear are ruined. My doll's hair is gone too.
Michael, if you're not back in half an hour, I'll send your parents to your office.
When Michael returned and saw the mess, he seemed to revert to his gentle and kind self.
Jessica, these are flowers for you. Welcome back.
In the past, every time we argued, as long as Michael brought me flowers, I would foolishly forgive him. But enduring too much can lead to health issues.
Michael, there's nothing more to say. I want a divorce. Get your family out of my house.
What? This house belongs to my son too. If you want a divorce, we'll take the house.
Yes, you can't bully us country folks. Everyone knows the house is joint property.
Jessica, you should be reasonable. Michael's parents came to support you.
The down payment for the house was fully paid by my family, and the mortgage was covered by my housing fund. Michael only contributed $3,000 for a mattress. If you care about the money, take the mattress.
Fortunately, my parents had advised me to be cautious and used all our liquid assets, giving me the confidence to say this today.
I told you Jack from the East Village was good, but you insisted on marrying this shrew, and now she wants to kick us out.
What kind of daughter-in-law treats her in-laws like this, leaving us no way to live? I can't go on.
Mother rushed to the balcony, threatening to jump, crying so loudly that half the neighborhood could hear. Michael and father anxiously held mother-in-law back.
It's all Jessica's fault, you can't do anything rash.
Jessica, come over here and apologize to Mom.
What? Did I hear that right? They want me to kneel and apologize. Seeing no reaction from me, Michael called my parents. I have to say, Michael has mastered mother-in-law's acting skills perfectly, even surpassing her. Mother-in-law was now wailing on the balcony, squeezing out a few tears. Michael was crying to my parents over the phone, his tears worthy of an Oscar.
I couldn't stand it anymore, grabbed the phone, and started a video call showing the mess in the house.
Mom, look at this place, it's a disaster thanks to Michael and his family. Look at the leftover food and the mess on the table. And look at the delivery food, it's like a pigsty. And this is the little bunny we bought for Lily's first birthday. They cut it into pieces, and Lily cries for it every night. Mom, don't worry about it anymore. I can't live like this.
Mother-in-law was still on the balcony, acting like she was in a drama, and suddenly slipped with a scream. Father couldn't hold her back, and she fell straight down. Everyone was stunned. I was shocked too. This was serious. They say good people don't live long, but troublemakers live forever. We live on the 4th floor, and below is a thick lawn and bushes. Mother-in-law broke a leg and an arm, lying in the hospital, still complaining to everyone around her.
It's such a sin. My daughter-in-law wants a separation for no reason. She despises my old bones. I thought stepping off the balcony would make her feel better. My son is a graduate student, and we never look down on her for only having a bachelor's degree.
The onlookers believed her and sympathized with them. Luckily, I wasn't there. If I had been, some well-meaning person might have tried to take justice into their own hands.
Young people these days are too much.
Having such a daughter-in-law is really a curse. Old lady, don't cry. She should be the one apologizing.
If it were me, I'd definitely make my son separate from her.
Unfortunately for mother-in-law, she was in Aunt Lisa's department.
Old people who lie will be struck by lightning. In the middle of winter, with temperatures below -20 degrees, she made my niece wash curtains and bed sheets by the river. My poor niece's hands were red and swollen from the cold. She brought her whole family to my niece's house to eat and drink, demanding my niece transfer the house to them without paying a cent. My niece's daughter, such a lovely child, they called her a burden and wouldn't let her eat at the table, saying a bun was enough. I think marrying into your family is the worst luck ever.
Aunt Lisa was fierce. By the time I got to the hospital, the onlookers had turned from sympathy to disdain.
The old lady is so two-faced. Not a word of truth from her mouth.
Anyone marrying into that family is doomed to suffer under the old lady's torment.
If my daughter and granddaughter were treated like that, I'd definitely smash their house.
Mother-in-law was still trying to explain, saying that granddaughters are just raised casually, no need to be so meticulous, and who needs shrimp.
I couldn't be bothered with her. Michael, the fruit basket is for the 4 years we were together. Remember to sign the separation papers. The house and Lily are mine, the car is yours, and we'll split the savings. That's fair enough.
Michael, looking dejected and disheveled, still wanted to reconcile but remained silent. Uncle Robert's family was still sitting on the couch, waiting for me to come back and educate me.
Uncle Robert, if you're so good at educating people, why did your daughter-in-law leave you? And how come I heard you stopped being an elementary school teacher because you were secretly asking parents for favors and even misappropriated class funds? Misappropriating from elementary school kids, Uncle Robert, how could you stoop so low?
I preempted Uncle Robert before he could speak. Uncle Robert turned red and then pale, leaving with his wife and grandson in a huff after telling me to take good care of Michael's mom. After a thorough cleaning, I took Lily to buy her favorite bunny and bear toys.
Mom, are you really going to separate from Dad?
Lily, you're not a burden. You can do so many things, drawing, writing, even playing the piano.
Looking at Lily's innocent and bright face, I hugged her tightly. Lily, Mommy will always be with you. That evening, Michael actually came back instead of staying at the hospital to be the good son.
Jessica, I was wrong. I apologize.
Michael sincerely apologized and even offered to make dinner.
Lily, come to Daddy. Daddy will take you and Mommy out for your favorite pineapple buns, okay?
I looked at him coldly.
Have you signed the divorce papers? What trick are you trying to pull now?
Honey, I was really wrong. I won't let Mom interfere in our lives anymore. Please forgive me this once.
Watching Lily being affectionate with her dad, I felt something was off. Michael is inherently a very proud person. During our first year of grad school, a classmate once said Michael was lucky to marry me, that he must have done a great deed in his past life to find a wife willing to marry without a big wedding and who also earned money to support the family. Michael didn't say anything at the time, but when that classmate was about to graduate in the 3rd year, Michael secretly leaked his experimental data, causing the classmate to delay graduation by a year. But for the next half month, Michael acted like we had just gotten married. He picked me up from work every day, cooked dinner, washed dishes, told Lily bedtime stories, and put her to sleep. On weekends, he went to the hospital to take care of his mom. He was the epitome of a loving, domestic husband. It was as if nothing had ever happened.
Honey, my mom is getting discharged soon. Let's have her stay at our place to recover. I promise, once she's better, I'll send her and my dad back home, and they won't bother us again.
Looking at Michael's earnest face, I realized this was his plan all along.
Honey, after all, she's your mom. I need the car tomorrow to take Lily to her friend's house.
In the hospital, Michael and his mom were beaming with joy, hurriedly packing their things.
Jessica, you're the best. You even let my mom come home to recuperate.
That's why Michael chose you as his wife. You're so filial.
My daughter-in-law is capable. She bought a big house and is taking me to enjoy life. My son is a graduate student. He'll make big money in the future. Marrying my son is her blessing.
When did I agree to that? Michael, stop making things up.
Last week, you said it was my mom. My mom is your mom, it's only right for her to recuperate at our place.
When your parents pass away, the house and car will belong to my son. Why can't I stay there now?
So this was their plan?
I only said she's your mom, I never agreed to anything. Don't get your hopes up.
Mother-in-law pouted and was about to start wailing on the floor again, but her legs and hands were still in casts, making her wailing in the wheelchair somewhat comical. Seeing the growing crowd of onlookers, I smiled slightly and took out a recording pen.
Michael, how's the chicken soup Jack's mom made for you?
Mom, Jessica, and I haven't divorced yet. Rest well, I'll take you home to recuperate after you're discharged next week.
You silly boy, you should listen to me. Get rid of Jessica, take the house, and forget about Lily. The house is valuable, and the car and savings are only worth about $20,000.
Mom, you're right. She's not as gentle as she used to be, but I'll coax her for now to get you home.
These two are really heartless.
Everyone burst into laughter.
Jessica, just you wait.
I don't want to wait. Have you forgotten your boss is my senior? How do you think you got your job? Sign the divorce papers, or you'll regret it.
After graduating with a degree in chemistry, Michael was picky about jobs, complaining about low pay or long hours. After 3 months, he still hadn't found a suitable job.
Even my senior said, this job is because of you. And be careful when you badmouth me. There's a dash cam in the car. You're an adult, grow some brains.
The crowd found today's events quite entertaining. Only Michael's world was shattered. The man in front of me no longer had the confidence he once did, his hair a disheveled mess.
Jessica, please open the door. I know I was wrong. I've sent my parents back home. Let's live together as a family from now on, okay?
I opened the door, expressionless.
Michael, our relationship is over. From now on, we go our separate ways.
Jessica, I know you've sacrificed a lot for this family. It's my fault for not realizing it. Please forgive me this one last time.
I looked at him, feeling no more than a faint echo of what I once felt.
When I drank myself into a hospital with a bleeding stomach to close a business deal, you were leisurely playing games in the lab. When Lily had a high fever, I was juggling work and comforting her in the hospital while you were happily dining with your colleagues. When I was washing clothes by the river and preparing a big New Year's Eve dinner alone, you were drinking and playing cards. Michael, it's not that you didn't know or didn't see. You just comfortably enjoyed everything I brought you. Now that you're about to lose it, you shed a few crocodile tears. Do you think I'm still the 22-year-old Jessica? You're not the 22-year-old Michael either. The 22-year-old Michael would be ashamed to see what he's become.
Seeing that begging didn't work, Michael asked if he could see Lily one last time.
Jessica, I'm truly sorry this time. I hope you and Lily will be happy every day. If there's a chance, can I still see her?
I nodded, feeling neither love nor hate. Watching Michael's figure fade into the distance, I seemed to see the 22-year-old Michael walking towards me. Actually, I have a secret that I've never told anyone. I was reborn. In my previous life, I was always the gentle and virtuous Jessica, who did everything for the family. Mother made me cook the New Year's Eve dinner and eat steamed buns in the kitchen. I endured it. Besides working, I had to take care of father and mother and do all the housework. I endured it. Father and Uncle Robert said everything was for the family's male heir and asked me and my husband to transfer our house in the school district to Uncle Robert. I endured it. In middle age, I was diagnosed with late-stage breast cancer.
Mom, you've had such a hard life.
Just turned an adult, Lily had already decided never to marry or have children. Unfortunately, Michael, whom I had served all my life, only appeared once and then disappeared.
Lily, I stayed in this marriage for you.
But Mom, you were unhappy. How could I grow up happy seeing you like that?
Lying on the hospital bed, barely breathing, I finally understood Lily's words.
A forced life, an unhappy family, children aren't stupid. How could they not feel it?
Doctor, what's happening to my mom?
The doctor came over and regretfully announced my death. Luckily, I got a second chance, reborn on the night of New Year's Eve. For Lily, for myself, this time, no one will make me miserable. And Jack, he is an important figure in my reborn life. Mother liked him very much, even bringing him to our home to stay for a while in my previous life. However, his family favored boys over girls, and he couldn't go to college. Michael also had a good impression of him, coming home early during that time.
Jack is so diligent and has a great figure.
From his bright eyes, I saw his ambition. We made a deal.
I would support him through college, and he would help me with something.
Sister Jessica, looking forward to our cooperation.
The end.